Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 243. Jeff, the Funeral Commander Harbison. I'm Ryan Thalgmartin, and this is one of those breaking news episodes where we don't make the news, we just report the news.
And this is some relatively big news. We have from confirmed sources that MKJ Marketing has been sold.
Yes.
And either has been sold or in the throes of being sold. And so I think that's really big news, Ryan. What's your thoughts?
I think it is too. I mean, they sold to Tribute Technologies, and there's been a ton of acquisitions going on. I mean, this is 7 years ago we started talking about acquisitions, and now we're not only seeing it in droves on the funeral home side, we're seeing it in the vendor side, supplier side as well. And I do think this is big news because they were we could say iconic or legacy.
Yeah, I think they're iconic.
Business. I mean, everybody knows MKJ, privately owned for a long time. Glenn and Maryland have worked with a ton of funeral homes and you know, were the leaders in marketing 15 years ago. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Anytime a brand that's very recognizable gets acquired, it's a big deal.
Sure. And, you know, for me, I've been to so many conventions and other places and seen and listened to presentations. My issue here is it was a stalwart, privately family-owned business that literally told other funeral homes and businesses always stay private, family-owned, legacy. They don't treat you right, etc. And now you're corporately and publicly owned. So I guess it'd be interesting to hear once this come out. We'll see, or maybe not see. You actually heard that there's some of the tribute techs aren't even showing this year.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the companies that they have acquired, which we won't go into it, it's a pretty large list now, aren't exhibiting at ICCFA. So it's been interesting. I mean, you know, their acquisition started with the first private equity company back in 2018, just prior to the 2018 NFDA convention in Salt Lake. That, you know, the purchase of, you know, those confirmed were Frazier, Frontrunner, and SRS, and that was a big deal. That was the talk of the convention, and then it just continued afterwards. The original private equity company sold the group of businesses at the end of 2020 or beginning of 2021 to another private equity firm. And so, you know, the buying has continued, and I think it's a big deal because it affects a lot of funeral homes. You know, one of the things which is tough is a lot of the funeral homes that work with these brands that have been acquired have no idea that the business has been acquired. They you know, you and I hear a lot of conversations of like, hey, I can't get so-and-so to get back with me. I don't know what's happened. The customer service used to be great. It was easy to get things changed. Now it's not. Well, you know, they've been acquired and things change. And I think there needs to be some more transparency in that. I understand the worry of letting all your customers know you're acquired. You could lose some business. However, I think that's what this profession is, relationship driven, and we have to have integrity in those relationships all the way through.
I agree with you. And hey, you know what? We love corporations. Thank you, SCI, for leading the way. They just had recently their numbers. They're doing wonderful. They're growing. Revenue per call is growing. And so, you know, we're not saying it's anti-corporation. It just feels a little weird that your flag changed overnight, right? And said, oh no, do nothing but never sell your family firm. It's a legacy long-term. But let me talk about legacy too. And for the folks who have sold, God bless you, because you made a new legacy financially that's generational money for families.
Yeah.
Not begrudging it. It's just this particular one was a little bit, I don't know, just felt.
It's probably one of the more shocking ones to hear.
Yeah. Here we go. So, you know, you talked about integrity just a minute ago. When we did the first recording, we made a mistake and just want to clear that up, that Leap Tie Marketing is not sold and hasn't been sold. And so we talked to Sean and Michelle Fagan, make sure that's all cleared up. So that's a retraction. We fixed that little piece, took it down, put it back up. All right, Ryan, we got a lot to do this week. Hopefully I get to see you. I'm 20 miles away, right?
20 miles away, and it's a long 20 miles, and it's hard to get together.
I can't. It's crazy. You know, the last 3 weeks I've literally been on the road, and I'm blessed and happy to be home. But you and I need a little heart time. So we'll see if we get that done this week.
Yes, we will. All right. Until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.